guys, it's Rob, the Barbecue Pit Dog channel. Hey, I was just getting ready to do some cooking on my Weber kettle, and I thought I'm going to try an experiment. I've got some leftover charcoal that is in the Weber kettle from my last cook. It's quite a bit in there, because when I got done last time I just shut all the vents down and the charcoal went out. So I'm going to put a small chimney full of lit charcoal on it and fire it up and see how it does to cook some chicken breasts and some burgers. So just to see if we can use that leftover charcoal, or if we ought to dump it and just start with a whole new big fresh batch of charcoal. So this is kind of a little experiment video just to help everybody out. It helped me out too. So hang on, let's check this out and see what happens. Okay, there is the leftover charcoal, which is down here in the bottom of my Weber kettle. I've got it all pushed over to one side. And I've got my small chimney with some new charcoal that I've lit. It's got about 40 briquettes in there, which is probably too much, but for this experiment, I thought I'd give this a try, just to show you the difference. That's like the standard chimney, and this is the small one. So we're going to get these lit probably in about 15 minutes, and I'm going to pour them on top of all this old charcoal and let it get fired up. And we're going to throw some chicken breasts and some burgers on here and see if it works just as well using some of this leftover charcoal instead of just throwing it all away. So I'll be right back when we get it fired up. Okay, our charcoal's hot, and I forgot to mention that I use Kingsford Blue. That's all that I use. That's what the old charcoal is. That's what this new charcoal is. So this new charcoal is glowing. So it's going in here on the old stuff. Alright. Flip her down like that. We're not going to put any wood in or anything. I got the bottom vent wide open. I'm going to put the lid on, my temperature probes in, have the top vent wide open, go get my chicken, and I'll be back. Okay, I have the bottom vent and the top vent wide open, as you can see there. And I just want to show you the thermometer here on the Weber kettle. Can you see that? It's reading about 480-ish. There we go. And you can see I've got my smoke hooked up. She's actually on the grill grate, which is reading about 368. It's about 100 degrees difference, roughly, a little bit more than that, between the grill grate and the top of the dome. So I've got my chicken over here marinated. I always marinate this in some Italian dressing and some salt, pepper, garlic, about a half hour. Boneless chicken breast. I'm gonna take the lid off here, do some house cleaning on that grate, and get the chicken on. Okay, our fire has been going for about 25 minutes, and our chicken's been going for about 15 minutes, if that makes sense. So up top the kettle there, we were running about between 425 400. We'll call it what, 415, something like that. And the smoke, which is on the actual grill grate, is running at 343. So let's see what the chicken looks like so far. Yeah, it's cooking slow, low and slow. Fire is still super hot. Actually, my phone is shut down once because it overheated. It's the first week in November here in Florida, and it's still 85 degrees. Man, it's hot. So I'm going to let this go about, I don't know, 10-15 more minutes, and we'll check the temp on that chicken, check the temp on the grill, and see where we're at. It's been 45 minutes on the coals and 35 minutes on the chicken. I did open the vent just a little bit because the temperature was dropping, and the dome temperature here came back up to about 475, 480, and my grate temperature is running about 373. So now we're going to take a look at the chicken again and see what we got. She's starting to get a little darker, so I'm going to give it a little flip, see what it looks like, and then we'll check the temperature on it. Okay, I've turned the chicken over, and to my surprise, as ugly as this chicken looks, I don't know if y'all can see that, it's up above 165. Every piece, I've already checked them. 168. I'm surprised. These are basically done. Maybe it's because of the marinade I used, which I use all the time, but I don't know, it just looks different. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw them on the hot side over there where those coals are still glowing red, and put a little collar on them real quick, and then I'll get them off the grill. Got them on the coals. See those red coals down there? Just to put a little collar on them, maybe about 1 minute on each side. Then I'm going to pull them off. We'll throw some burgers on those hot coals and see how they do. Okay, I want 1 minute on both sides over the hot coals, just to put some color on that chicken. These look good. Okay, like I said, I'm going to get these off, because they're definitely done. Get some burgers made up and throw them on this hot side. Look how hot that thing's got. Wow. Took the chicken off, and I opened up the vent, the top vent, wide open. Look at that dome temp. She's almost 600. That's the grate temp, 499. Okay, hour and 15 minutes. That's how long these coals, the old coals and the new coals, have been going. And this thing is at 500 degrees, screaming hot. Here come the burgers. Seasoned with salt, pepper, a little bit of onion powder. That's all. Don't need this anymore. Can you hear that crackling? Do you think that fire's hot? I think we've already answered the question. I'll let these go a couple minutes, flip them over, a couple more minutes, we'll pull them off. Then we're going to check the fire again, see how hot she is. Okay, the burgers have been cooked to an internal temperature of at least 135, which is medium, on the high end of medium rare, but these are going to be good. We're going to pull these off, and I'm going to break out some of the chicken, and we're going to come back and do a temperature gauge on the Weber kettle here with our used charcoal. And then I think I'm gonna have Duke come over and do a taste test on the burgers and the chicken. Final conclusion is you can use your leftover charcoal that's left in your Weber kettle or any of your grills. When you get done cooking, shut your vents down and that charcoal will burn out, and then you can just add a little bit of lit charcoal to it and it'll fire right up. Flavor's good, everything's good. I tasted the chicken, I tasted the burgers. They're awesome. They taste just like always. They really do. And I made this video in mind, you know, thinking about the just a regular backyard barbecue guy. I know most of you guys with barbecue channels out there and barbecue teams and all that, you might know this works, but I've never really tested it before, and I thought it would work, and it did. I was a little hesitant at first, but it ended up working, so cool, that's good. And it's Duke approved. So what else can you ask for, right? So it's another hot day here in Florida and the cold's coming soon. I'll be complaining. So I hope this helps anybody who's like a backyard griller out there or anybody who has questions about it. Just remember, you can always email me. My email is always down in the description box down below. And I just want to say thanks again for watching the Barbecue Pit Dog channel. And Duke and I really appreciate it. Until next time, y'all take care.